Boys and girls, I'm here to do something you haven't seen before, and that is admit I was wrong. Not like one of those clickbait titles you see like YouTubers do. They're like, I was wrong. You click on the video and they're like, psych, gotcha, bitch. I was still right. Y'all are a bunch of idiots, bro. And guess what? I'm the greatest. I'm always right. No. This is one of those where I was dead ass. Like, I was ignorant, honestly, bro. But I think I was rightfully ignorant. In terms of like actually being wrong, technically I was not wrong because I never said this shit was fact. I was like, in fact, in particular, we'll just go ahead and pull this up. It was more so about you won't believe why. And when we go through this whole video, it sounds unbelievable. And that's kind of like the narrative of my entire video here. It's me saying, this shit is unbelievable. I refuse to believe it. I won't believe it until it actually occurs. And so technically speaking, I wasn't wrong there, but I was unbelievably, monumentally ignorant in terms of the political climate of what's occurring over there in China. Right now, this ongoing feud between China and Japan with the whole Taiwan territorial ordeal, it is actually fucking insane. And I want to throw the HSR players the bone as well as Hoyo a bone, because often at times they're the butt of a joke of everyone. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Hoyo, fuck Hoyo, bro. Nobody trusts them. They deserve this. The patch delay that happened for 4.0, the special duration shit. Listen, the people online in mass talking about the reason for this happening, and it still is a speculation, but it's a very fucking fair speculation. The reason that it is happening is due to political feud occurring right now between China and Japan. Now, me, and this is where I want to explain and defend myself. In fact, I'm going to go a step further. I'm literally going to take this video down, and I don't have to. As you can see, this is the power of content creators, right? When you build up a community and you have a community that loves you and supports you and is unwavering, or you're a creator who's built up credibility to where people they trust your word, it's easy for me to stump on the little people. It is. I can easily just out ratio them and people are going to agree with me. That doesn't matter. I can easily leave this video up. Nobody cares. It moves on. But my integrity and my ability to try and do right by all content I make is why we have to address this situation. It's not like I have like 3,000 downvotes over here and 500 likes over here or something, and like I'm getting canceled. You don't, and I want to make sure every creator learns this shit. You shouldn't need to get canceled in order for you to say you're wrong or ignorant. You shouldn't need to be overwhelmed by the internet saying you're a fucking idiot, bro. You're wrong about this. Just admit it. For you to go, okay, you know what? Maybe I was ignorant. I looked into this shit and I was like, wait, they're right. HSRs might be getting delayed because of China. Like the whole government. Now, I want to get into all of this, okay? I want you to look at this shit right here because this is wild, bro. The narrative going on the internet, once again, is that China is getting in the way of HSR's 4.0 patch in real time because HSR 4.0 is inspired by an Edo, Japan-oriented region. Right, now I want to stop here and go back to what I said in my previous video. This sounds fucking ridiculous, right? It does, because when you think about it, you're like, wait, hold on. Let me hear this correctly. Hoyo is preventing their patch from getting released by 2 weeks because it has fictional Japanese-inspired content inside of the game. And they don't want to piss off the CCP. That's why they're delaying the patch. That sounds fucking insane, doesn't it? And that's why I was saying, you can't say I'm wrong. You could say I'm ignorant, but you can't say I'm wrong. That sounds unbelievable, bro. It's like, there's no way. But when you look at this, there is absolutely a way that this is absolutely occurring. Let's look at it, okay? Could China restrict Japan game approvals? This was just updated on December 2nd, 2025. Guys, this is just 4 fucking days ago. The China-Japan feud is occurring. It just started in November. I can't remember the exact date, but the whole thing, it happened around the time the Japanese woman put out a statement, so on and so forth. By the way, I'm not a political content creator. I don't give a fuck to talk about politics, but it's important to talk about it in this context because it does affect gaming, and gaming is my neck of the woods. So let's go ahead and continue on. Rising tensions between China and Japan are prompting new discussions within the gaming sector as publishers assess whether ongoing diplomatic strain could eventually affect the approval pipeline for foreign titles. The situation escalated after Japanese Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi indicated that Tokyo could consider military intervention if China moved toward reunification with Taiwan, right? China's foreign ministry objected to the statement and reiterated its position that countries with diplomatic ties to Beijing must not officially recognize Taiwan. In a nutshell, that's the political feud that's occurring. We're not going to get into that because that's none of my business and it's above my fucking pay grade. But this dispute has already expanded beyond political statements. China issued travel advisories that resulted in flight cancellations to Japan, suspended imports of Japanese seafood, and paused approvals for new Japanese films. These actions highlight how quickly cross-border industries can be drawn into geopolitical friction. There's my own ignorance. This shit is escalating fast as fuck, boy. It actually is getting real out there, chat. And so when we look at this, there is a plausible and believable cause that Hoyo has to delay their Edo-inspired Japanese game, not because China has ordered this across the board. And I want to make sure we're clear because I know a lot of people are on my side on this. Like, well, hold on. Why isn't anime and manga in China getting halted? Why isn't Japanese firms getting fucking obliterated in China? Why isn't Japanese anything still going? That's still going on, right? I understand what y'all are saying. But the reason it's getting delayed right now is because Chinese businesses are in fear of this potentially happening to their pre-existing ongoing business relations that tie into Japan, because China has done this in the past. And that is why people are saying, no, it can't happen, because everybody right now is like, what the fuck are they going to do? Are they actually going to say, ban all that shit? You know, and this is the type of thing that happens with the CCP. They don't give a fuck. Their own like Chinese businesses that are right now established and getting through ongoing projects to dish out things that are in Japanese relations, they will stop that shit at stage 4, at the final act of finally getting the business out immediately, if shit escalates to that point. So to my ignorance, there is merit for this, guys. Now we're going to continue on because it gets even fucking crazier. How the tensions connect to game approvals. Here you go. While China's national press and publication administration has not signaled any intention to restrict Japanese games, the industry's exposure is significant. Japan is China's largest source of foreign game approvals. And see, this is why I was saying there's no way they're doing this, bro. When you think about how fucking deeply rooted the Japan business model is in terms of gaming and anime and the business that they're doing with China, it's like, there's just no way they would do this. It would fuck everything. You know what I'm saying? But once again, this is how politics tie into it. Accounting for about 30% of licensed imports over the last 2 years, at this time, there are no delays, there are no freezes, or public boycotts targeting Japanese titles in China. Past precedent, however, shows that entertainment sectors can be affected rapidly when political conditions shift. During the THAAD dispute between China and South Korea from 2017 to 2023, Korean games faced a year-long approval freeze. Industry analysts note that a similar move toward Japanese titles would have immediate consequences for publishers relying on China's large player base. Once again, this is all the evidence you need to know there was actually more than solid merit that the reason Hoyoverse has to halt their Japanese Edo-inspired region in their fictional video game and fictional content is because China could very well say, get that shit out of here. And then to make matters worse, Dewey, our favorite yacht purchaser, is on the board of the CCP. And the CCP is, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's equivalent to a monarchy. Except instead of like one person, it's like a government of like 300 fucking people, right? Making all of the decisions. And so he's on side of that board. And so it makes matters even worse for him, I would argue. What it means for developers and publishers. Publishers are keeping a close watch on any changes to China's regulatory environment. You see what I mean? The publishers are like they're basically nail biting. Like, the fuck's gonna happen here? You know, because it's still happening right now. Many Japanese studios have deep commercial ties in the region, ranging from mobile and console releases to collaborations involving Web3 projects. Any slowdown or freeze in foreign game approvals would disrupt schedules and limit market access at a time when competition in China's gaming space is growing. It's almost like they're ready to tear the whole fucking house down if shit really hits the fence over this Taiwan feud that they're having. For now, China maintains its regular approval process and Japanese games continue to be licensed without public issue. Still, and this is what I've been saying, companies are preparing for the possibility that a prolonged diplomatic standoff could influence future decisions. And so there you go, guys. And here's what I want you to understand. If you're in this situation right now and you have ongoing business relationships that are like Japanese oriented while Japan and China are fucking going at it, you are quite literally worried. You're in fear of like how that could fuck your entire business model. Imagine if you've got a $500 million ongoing project as a Chinese businessman that has a lot of Japanese shit involved in it, right? And then this shit hits the fan. And you know how China operates when shit hits the fan in terms of the decisions they make and butchering, just cutthroat and shit. Yes, I too, if I was in that position, I would be like, hey, hold off on that shit. Hold off on that update. Did you say you was gonna name her Sakura? No. Delete that shit. Name her something else. You see what I'm saying? So like, all this to say, there is absolutely plausibility here, and I was just an ignorant Westerner. There's no, it was a Western debuff. There's no doubt about it. But, and this is where I want to defend the Western debuff in the Western narrative here. It's very important, guys. All right, it's very important. You can say I was ignorant. You can say it's a Western debuff and all that, but guys, hear me out. And I'm about to rip a new one in terms of logic here, okay? You ready for this shit? If this were to happen and they were to go, oh shit, we have to ban the fictional Japanese region in our fictional video game. The reason why I said this is unbelievable, this is the most retarded shit I've ever heard of, and if it goes through, you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. It's because the whole principle of this is no Japanese, nothing, right? Like, nah, hell nah, get that Japanese shit out of here. That's pretty much what's going on, right? Brother man. Hoyoverse is quite literally a Japanese-inspired fucking company in and of itself. Their business model is save the tech otakus around the world. Otaku is Japanese. The whole gacha space is Japanese inspired. Their games are anime. Their games are anime, bro. It's like, so like in my mind, I'm like, if you're gonna halt something like a new Japanese inspired region, well, then you might as well obliterate all of Hoyo. You might as well just delete them, just nuke them off the map. Just send them niggas to the shadow realm. Their whole business model is fucking Japanese inspired, bro. So I'm just like, I can't understand how this could be the reason why they would prevent the patch. Am I crazy here? I'm saying, like, I'm sorry, brother, but anime in and of itself is so if you're gonna delete the reach, you might as well just delete all the gacha games. Just delete them all, bro, because they're all Japanese inspired, bro. I'm having a hard time like mathing that out in my head, chat. Hoyoverse deleted Otaku Save the World for a reason. Yeah, I don't know, man. But that was my entire like logic. I want to read chat here a bit. Yeah, but theft is the basis of most Chinese economies. So, well, I'm not gonna throw shots. All right, I'm not gonna throw shots, but I do find it to be a bit retarded to stop a gacha patch that has a fictional Chinese region, or I'm sorry, fictional Japanese region because you don't want no Japanese shit, and the entire company makes Japanese shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. You're trying to understand Chinese government where that thing on its own is insane. No, absolutely, you're right. But the main problem is that Dway is literally a part of the CCP and have a goddamn reactor. They got rid of HoloLive for a reason. Slogan is still present on their website. Bro, remember the Winnie Pooh? It's banned in China for a meme. Yeah, so apparently there's a Winnie the Pooh situation that they were making fun of I forget the guy's name, right? It's like, I don't know Chinese names. And he banned Winnie the Pooh because they were making fun of him with the Winnie the Pooh shit. That apparently, allegedly, that's apparently what happened. Guys, listen, I'm not no fucking expert over these foreign accusations and shit, but a lot of people on internet are saying that was one of the things they did in the past. So if they're gonna do something that fucking level of petty, then of course they can do something as like, no, prevent that patch from going out. It's like there's no rhyme or reason or coherency to some of the things they're banning and shit, right? Like there's no rhyme or reason to saying you can't have that fictional patch out, but you're still a Japanese inspired anime making company, right? There's no rhyme or reason to that. I don't know, dude. I have a fucking headache trying to cause my mind works very logical. I everything I think about, it has to go into either logic or faith, right? I am also a religious guy, but there's no logic to this shit. And I want to let you guys know, I saw some people that were so angry at me that their EQ got in the way of rationalizing. They were like, "Smack, you don't understand." Well, imagine, and this, y'all about to laugh at this shit. Well, imagine if they put, slavery inside of a video game over there in the West. How would you feel about that, bucko? I was like, bro, that's not the same thing, brother, that's not the same fucking thing. We're not talking about them putting egregious history shit in the video game. Brother, this is a Hoyo game. They're just going to put some hot ass Japanese girl in there that people want to goon to. They're not doing what? What the fuck are we talking about, bro? I just the false equivalency, dog. The lack of the one-to-ones on the internet sometimes is astounding. Regardless, I wanted to make this video to correct the ignorance. It is absolutely within the realms of possibility that the reason that HSR got delayed for their 4.0 patch is, in fact, because of the political climate in China over the Japan-China feud concerning Taiwan. I do want to do one thing. I do want to watch this video over because it was fucking hilarious. And then we'll move on from this. 0.0 highly anticipated update has been delayed by 2 weeks. So now that we have all this context, I want y'all to watch this video over with me. It's fucking hilarious. You may already know, in a 6-week cycle is the normal consensus for all gacha games to drop their updates, regardless of if that update's going to be much more bigger, much more polished, much more content.
And then we're going to take it down.
They usually tend to stick to a 6-week
We're going to take this video down.
Well, in the past 24 hours, this news has hit. That HSR is taking an extended vacation.
Hold on, bro. Somebody gave me $100 and said, "Unk, so real." Thank you so much, my guy. Jesus Christ.
On their 3.8 going into their 4.0 patch. And I was looking into this situation, and this is what invited my input. I'll be honest with you. I've completely over HSR. I'll fuck around every now and then, but I pretty much just let that game do its thing, its community have its fun, so on and so forth. But this situation sounded so absurd that I was like, okay, I got to look into this. The good old gotcha smack digging. And y'all know me. I don't just do that surface level shit. I really go and look and try and
Yo, looking back on this, that shit is fucking funny. You can't lie. That shit aged like some milk. Oh my God. Holy.
Find some real answers. These guys going on the internet saying that the reason this patch is getting delayed, this has not been a public statement by Hoyoverse. This has just been a rumor and speculation amongst the community online. And what
look, proper context, chat. Proper context. Look, proper context.
This was not me talking about that shit though. And I want to make sure we're clear here. This was me, and this will make perfect sense. All I heard on the internet was it's getting delayed due to political content or due to China politics. That's why. Were you rage bait or serious? Listen, I'm about to explain. At this point in time, me saying I was digging was trying to give people more clarity and context of just, oh, it's delayed because of China politics. So me, I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? What does that even mean? And so by me digging means I'm going to go and see what exactly are they talking about in terms of China politics. And I eventually found my answer. Saying is the reason for this delay is not because Hoyoverse just wanted to take an extra 2 weeks to drop the 4.0 patch. It's because the 4.0 patch is a cyberpunk Edo Star inspired region, which happens to be very Japan, very Japanese inspired. Now, when you think about Chinese and Japan history, dug a 2-foot hole and called it a day. It was that meme where I did the pickaxe and I went home right before I got to the treasure. You know, bro, dug with a butter spoon. Hey, chat, why y'all cooking me, bro? Hey, I'm about to start banning niggas. I better stop. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, cook away. It's warranted. It's a little. It can get a bit wild when you peel back that curtain. You're like, oh shit. Oh, let me cover that again. But when you think about modern day society, you know, it's kind of like water under the bridge. At least over here in the. Okay, this is also fucking funny because niggas didn't understand this joke. They didn't get this joke. Me talking about water under the bridge when you consider what Japan did to China. And then saying this afterwards, bro, they did not find that joke funny. Look, United States, that's kind of what we were thinking. Ignorant goddamn son of bitches over there with our goddamn guns and shit. You know, what do we know over here? I'm clearly fucking joking, bro. But it's like these niggas didn't find that shit funny at all, dog. They didn't find that shit. They didn't find that shit funny at all, bro. Like water under the bridge, at least over here in the United States. That's kind of what we were thinking. Ignorant goddamn son of bitches over there with our goddamn guns and shit. You know, what do we know over here? Hey, child, sorry, I'm laughing at my own shit, dog. In my mind, you know, it's water under the bridge. But these guys are trying to say that the reason this patch is getting delayed is because China is very much upset with Japan. And so that there was like, I was like, okay, this is the surface level explanation of this doesn't make fucking sense. You're telling me Hoyoverse is delaying their 2-week patch update. That's going to be a Japan inspired region with some cyberpunk shit. They're delaying that because China is still pissed at Japan. No, that can't be why. I looked into it and it turns out that Japan is meddling in the affairs of China trying to claim Taiwan as their territory. And this at the time was me providing context to my community on the situation. And people were like, oh, you're not digging enough. Brother, the shit I'm saying already is bringing to light what's even happening. I guarantee you 95% of my community had no fucking earthly clue what was even going on right here. Now, this is a massive political feud that is ongoing right now in real time in the real world. China and Japan, I guarantee you 95% of people who watch the video didn't know anything about that at all, are at odds right now about Taiwan. And so they're even apparently word through the grapevine. They're talking about defending Taiwan, Japan. And China's like, motherfucker, if y'all defend Taiwan, you're getting in our internal affairs. We're not gonna like that. Let's think about what happened in the past. It's like this shit is getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? But people are saying because of this, the government or China, obviously who runs China, we all know how it functions over there, bro. It's like one motherfucker is just telling everybody what to do and shit. China is essentially like pissed off at Japan, and Hoyoverse is delaying their game 2 weeks because they don't want to piss off the Chinese government and Chinese people. Chat. Dead ass. I already admitted I was ignorant, but does this sound unreasonable? That's my question. And that's the whole purpose of my video. I was like, you won't believe why. Does this sound unreasonable? I think what sounds unreasonable is the truth. The truth sounds unreasonable, bro. It sounds very unreasonable. Explain how it sounds unreasonable. Explain it. How does it sound? Okay, you know what? That's just one guy. Nah, I'm good, bro. Get out of my chat. Get out of my fucking chat. I think none of this sounds unreasonable. It's just ignorance. It's just ignorance. That's all it is. From an American perspective, your conclusion makes sense. Yeah, no, it's just ignorance. That's all it is. It's not like unreasonable. I just don't know how insane it is over there. I don't know if I can buy this, bro, because the only way this would be proven true is if in that 2 weeks, that patch update goes out and everything Japanese about it has been obliterated. The clothing, the names, the muse, everything. It is no longer a Japanese inspired region. That to me would prove undeniably so that what everybody else is saying is true. The reason I now disagree with that is because there's no way for us to know. Everybody's getting their information off of leaks right now. It's not like this information is publicly available. People are relying on leakers as to what this region is supposed to be about. So if they drop a region in 4.0 that isn't Japanese inspired, we'll never know if that was the plan all along because we're relying on leakers, right? So even if they drop this shit and there's no Japanese or anything, how the fuck do you know that wasn't the plan all along? You're relying on a leaker. You know what I'm saying? And so even that's not enough evidence to know. I would go, okay, they was not lying. Damn, they really bullied these motherfuckers out of a whole patch because Hoyoverse was essentially like, oh my God, I don't want to piss off my fucking dad. How about we put this off a little longer, see if things like, you know, oh, we got to change this. We need more time to get this shit out of our game before they delete our ass and they obliterate us off the existence of our billion-dollar yachts that Dwayne's buying. And this is the other thing too. Another thing in this situation, I'm telling you guys, you can't even fault me though for being ignorant because a 2-week delay, that's it for something this fucking serious. You're not cooking up a 3.6 patch, a 3.5. You're cooking up a 4.0, a 0.0 patch. Those are the biggest, monumental, well-prepared in advance patches. And to like undo it in 2 weeks. Huh? Like none of this shit makes sense, man. I'm like, bro. So that's another reason for people to be skeptical of like, oh, that's why they're doing it. It's so many things, inconsistencies and things that aren't coherent with, I guess, what is the supposed truth. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to buy no more yachts if they obliterate Hoyoverse over there. I know this sounds fucking hilarious, but that's pretty much in a nutshell. They might literally need 2 weeks just to change names alone. It would take months to redesign an entire region or even a year. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, nothing makes sense about this shit. Now, to be fair, like I said, the vast majority of people who saw this video, they agreed with me. But that's why I wanted to correct it though, because I don't like representing ignorance. I don't care if like I got away with a video that didn't represent the video fully. I don't even care about like if I won the fucking, you know, the like race. I want to correct ignorance always, but I also want to make sure we're getting full picture here. And I'm not just like, yeah, that guy's a fucking idiot. It's like, nah, brother, I had some merit in everything I was saying. It was just literally a lack of ignorance on how things are over there and how they can correlate to a halt in a Japanese region being designed. Word to the grapevine, what's going on? But I refuse to believe this fucking narrative. I think at the end of the day, this is just an insane amount of cope from fucking Hoyo shills and people who don't do any shred of research as an excuse to why their patch is getting delayed by 2 weeks. What if, hey, to be fair though, bro, the last nigga I'm gonna trust on this planet, chat, even after this, the last person I'm gonna trust is a Hoyo shield or a Kudo bot's word, bro. You know these niggas will find any excuse to think of why some shit ain't happening other than the company is on that fuck shit. Ain't no way I'm trusting Cole. Hey, Tyree, what's up, brother? Ain't no way I'm trusting these niggas, chat. Your patch is just getting fucking delayed by 2 weeks because Hoyoverse is like, brother, I can do this. You addicted motherfuckers are gonna be back regardless. Okay, that probably earned me a couple of thumb downs. You know what I mean? It probably earned me a couple of them, bro. They were like, fuck you, stupid fucking, fuck you, smack. No, we're not delaying it because of our government. We're not delaying it for anything other than we just can. And we're gonna cook you up a 4.0 patch and deliver that shit on our time in your dime. Oh, they really didn't like that shit, bro. Chat, I was spitting bars and rhyming in the middle of the video, bro. Look at that back, bro. I was spitting a bar. Cook you up a 4.0 patch and deliver that shit on our time in your dime. I have to leave this video up, actually, bro. I was just kidding. The answer. If I laugh too much, these niggas get so mad when I laugh, bro. Like, they hate when I'm having fun, chat. I swear. I feel like we'll have that answer when it all said, because here's the thing, time takes care of all. When it's all said and done, you will know if this shit was true or not. And I'm gonna be honest, common sense tells me there's no fucking way this is true. They wouldn't delay a patch 2 weeks if this was the case. They would just be like, hey guys, we have to get rid of the Japanese shit entirely. We gotta get this. We're changing our. I'm not gonna say they would come out and say it entirely, but they'd be like, "There's no way they would say it. There's no way. We've had a change of heart. We're gonna cook up something else. All right, we going to Africa, boys. We're going to Africa now, and you'll be able to put 2 and 2 together. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, fucking what's it called?
Oh, shit,
the Gacha space. Hoyo's not the only game on planet Earth in the Gacha space that's cooking up Japanese-inspired regions that are based in China, right? We got Wuthering Waves based in China. We just had a Japanese-inspired whole patch, 2.8. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dude, okay. I'm glad I got to this part because that's another thing that is inconsistent with what's happening. The only like counter argument to make of this is that Salon isn't on the CCP. That's the only counter argument to make against it, right? And so since Salon isn't on the CCP, he doesn't feel the pressure that Hoyo felt to not have Japanese shit. But like people, I saw people were making an argument. They were saying Chisa came out around the same time as that the Taiwan dispute thing, right? But that doesn't make sense because that would mean in preparation for 2.8, they had time to take it down and they didn't, right? Like you could see that shit coming from a mile away if you're in China. It's still merit to it to say, well, if Wuwa dropped that shit, then I mean, hell, it kind of goes against what people are saying about this whole Japanese like scandal. That said, I already provided arguments earlier why it also didn't make sense, right? Japanese manga and promotions and publishers are still operating in China as we speak. There's plenty of inconsistencies, but we've come to learn that the CCP can, without rhyme or reason, do some shit out of pure pettiness that doesn't have any like line to draw with it. If it was true that this was happening, I don't think the Chiefs, I don't know, maybe it happened beforehand. But even then, there's more Japanese-inspired shit coming in the games. I highly doubt. Tencent owns a majority stake of 51.4% in Kudo Games, but Kudo said they will remain independent creatively. Cookie Cutie, I hear what you're saying, and what you're saying is true. But I'm here to tell you the CCP don't give a fuck about that. We learned that today. We learned a valuable lesson today. They don't give a fuck about what they said about independent creativity. Okay, they will creatively drop a nuke bomb on Kudo Games' head if they so far want to do that. You know, if that's what they want to do, they don't give a damn about that shit, bro. I'm telling you, we learned that today. We learned it today, man. This is why it's happening. My spidey sense tells me these niggas are coping so motherfucking monumentally hard on their patch just getting delayed. Now I want to go over the fact. I think that's fair. This narrative, I didn't just pull this out of my ass. That was despite the lack of more information. This is a ref fire. These guys. oh, chat. Oh my god, dude. Oh my fucking god. I gotta try not to laugh here, bro. I don't think I can hold it in though. I don't think I can hold it in. That was a Joker ass laugh, but it was from the heart. I'm laughing because of how they worded this shit, bro. Okay. It said version 3.8 will have a special. Hey, chat. Hey, yo, come Christmas time, bro. Chat, hey, come Christmas time, I'll go have a special duration of time off. All right, we're gonna have a special duration. Hey, chat, come New Year's, we're gonna have a special duration of content not happening on the channel, bro. Hey, chat, you know, last time I went to the gym, it was a minute ago. We had to take a special duration vacation from the gym. Tech Tone on a special duration vacation from content creation. Oh, fucking die, bro. Oh, shit. Hey, chat, that's the new way to say you need to take some time off, bro. That's the new way, bro. He said, listen, dog. I'm taking a special duration from streaming, boys. All right. Yo, what a choice of words, bro. That's why I was laughing my fucking ass off, bro. This shit is hilarious, bro. Attention, Trailblazers. We have a special duration that differs from regular versions. All right. It's gonna last around 8 weeks. All right. Hey. Merry Christmas.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh shit, bro.
A special duration, bro. That differs from regular versions and is expected to last around 8 weeks.
Bro, it's fucking the comedy in it is insane, dog.
I'm sorry, this shit is so funny, bro. Nigga said special duration, bro. Oh my God.
Boss is like, yo, man, you were supposed to be back to work on Monday. Motherfucker, it's Thursday. Where you been? I had to take a special duration, which required me to come back 3 days later.
Oh, okay, we catch myself. I think I'm about to have some tears.
Oh shit, dog. Yo, did they even give any like rewards for this, bro? Like, I don't think they gave any rewards, huh?
Special duration, bro. Nigga, come on, man.
Hold on. Read the special note here on the drip marketing. What's this shit? Hold on, bro. Wait, what's this mean, bro? Follow our official channels to keep up. The character preview segments originally scheduled for tomorrow and after have had their times adjusted. Wait, did they prevent it? They delayed the drip marketing? Is that what you're saying? Use the same wording, bro. This gotta be localization, bro. No, this gotta be localization, chat. This is localization. There's no way they use the same exact word, bro. Special. Here's a special note, chat. What if they said Merry Christmas? Oh my fucking god, nigga! I would have left this planet, chat. Chat. If they said special note, character preview segments originally scheduled for tomorrow have been adjusted. We thank you for your continued support and Merry Christmas. Nah, I would have lost my shit, dog. Nah, it's just saying, man, bro, you can't make this shit up, dog. The comedy is insane. All right,
man, just keep it a stack, bro. Boys, we need another 2 weeks. All right, moving on.
This shit is actually being taken, though. Like, these niggas start speculating. This is not a public statement made by Hoyoverse that they're... Yeah, so, like, this at this point, you know, I don't want to watch the fucking whole video through. I just want you guys to see, like, the point I was trying to make. I was showing off Box 2 and all these other people that were, like, basically, like, subscribing to the belief that the political agenda was the reason why, due to the delay. Right? I was just showing off the proof of this stuff. And, you know, and then I show off one more thing from Reddit. And then we conclude the video. At the end of the day, I would like to say this. I seriously fucking doubt that's why the patch got delayed. And once this comes to fruition, I am going to have a field day one way or another, either with this being true or false. You niggas on a whole nother level of cope if this shit is false. God damn, I'm about to farm this shit out, y'all, bro. But see, this is why I said you couldn't say I was wrong, because I never fully dismissed it. And even in that part where I skipped, I also say, you know what, I'm not gonna lie, there might be some merit to this. But I never actually fully dismissed it. That's why I said you dead ass, you objectively can't say I'm wrong. Because all of my shit was just talking about how absurd it sounds and how unbelievable it is. But I am fucking ignorant. There's no doubt about that. I was ignorant and I didn't look into it deep enough. On that we can agree wholeheartedly, which is why I made this entire video as well as stream. I was ignorant as fuck. I should have looked in deeper. I stopped digging right when I got to the gold mine, and the gold mine would have told me, actually, Smack, there's some plausibility here. That's going to wrap up this video, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I was a fucking idiot. I have no problem going live or going and making a video and saying that I was incorrect in some manner or that I was ignorant in some manner. I'm not going to double down on shit where I clearly was misinformed and didn't have my facts straight, or not facts necessarily, but full context. I'll be taking that video down. I'll be uploading this one as the new video to represent that situation. Once again, I don't have to do this. I could have left that video up. Nobody really gave a fuck, bro, honestly, other than a couple of hundred people. But it matters to me. It matters to me that I do my due diligence in earnest, and I do my content in earnest. And any time where I'm actually wrong, and it's not just like these retards on the internet crying about me saying their favorite gacha game story sucks, then I'll get on the internet and say, you know what? Y'all were right. I was fucking ignorant. I was tripping. Anyways, peace, love, and happiness. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side.